Hi everyone, Officer Potak here.
Hi, it's Officer Bess.
And today we're down here in the Catasauqua Park. We are relaxing in the amphitheater. It's very rainy and wet out today, so we decided we want to be outside, but we want to stay dry. So we came to this location, and it's very relaxing under here.
Right.
So if you ever need a place to get away in the rain, this is a nice spot to come sit.
Considering that we're trying to also dry off, we're at a motor vehicle accident, and we were out in the rain for a bit, and we both got soaking wet. So.
See, my hair's still wet. That's why I have it up like this.
So now we're relaxing a little bit, have
right.
a little bit of time to spend with you, and dry off.
And today's book is going to be The Berenstain Bears, Kindness Counts. And if you notice with some of my chalk drawings, I often touch on kindness. And I like to express to people to be kind to one another. It really makes a big difference when you're kind to each other. Brother Bear was a bear of many interests. He enjoyed sports such as baseball, soccer, football, and basketball. He liked to draw and paint. He was interested in science. He had hobbies like collecting stamps and baseball cards, and he enjoyed fishing and playing video games. Which kids don't enjoy video games? But the thing he enjoyed the most was the building of model airplanes. He started building models with Papa when he was very young. At first they made simple plastic models, but soon they were creating flying models out of lightweight wood and paper. Before long, Brother could build models all by himself. He kept building bigger and better models that could fly longer, further, and higher. On trips to the park with Sister Bear, he always took along his latest model for flight trials. It was a thrill to wind its propeller for the first time, let it go, and watch it fly across the park. One Saturday afternoon, Brother tried out his latest creation, a big model plane painted red called the Meteor. He set it down on the grass and wound up the propeller. Sister joined some of her friends nearby. One of them was minding her younger brother Billy. He was playing with a small model plane like the ones Brother had when he was little. When Billy saw Brother's big new plane, he came over to take a look. "Wow," he said, "that's beautiful." "Thanks. She's called the Meteor. I built it by myself," Brother said proudly. "Wow," said Billy, "I wish I could build a plane just like that." The camera's not focusing on the pictures. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Technical difficulties sometimes. That happens with us. Brother finished winding the propeller and picked up the Meteor. "Can I help you fly it?" asked Billy. Brother was proud of his model and careful with it too. They took a long time to build, and they were easy to break. If you didn't launch them just right, they could make a nosedive and crash. "Well," said Brother doubtfully, "I don't know." But he remembered how Papa always let him help out when they were building and flying model planes. That's how he learned, by helping Papa. "Well," said Brother, "okay, you can help me hold it." "Oh boy, thanks," said Billy. Brother knelt down and let Billy hold the model with him. "Now remember," said Brother, "don't throw it. Let it fly out of your hands. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, fly!" They both let go. The big red Meteor lifted up and away. It propelled whirling. "Yippee!" yelled Billy. "Look at it fly!" But Brother was worried. The Meteor was climbing up too steeply. As they watched, the Meteor rose high above the park. It seemed to pause in midair. Its nose suddenly dipped down, and it went into a dive. The Meteor hit the ground with a nasty crunch. Brother and Billy ran to the wrecked model. Brother sadly picked it up and looked at the damage. Billy's big sister and the others noticed the excitement and came over. "Oh no," said Billy. "Is it my fault? Did I do something wrong? Did I throw it instead of letting it go like you said?" Brother shook his head. "Of course not," he said. "You did fine. This is my fault. I didn't get the balance right. Its tail heavy. That's why it went up too steep, paused, then dove down. That's called stalling." "Are you going to fix it?" asked Billy. "Sure," laughed Brother. "Build 'em, fly 'em, crash 'em, fix 'em. That's my motto." "Can I help you?" wondered Billy. "Now, Billy," said his younger sister, "you're too young to help." But Brother remembered how Papa always used to let him help out. That's how he learned about model airplanes. "That's okay," Brother told Billy's big sister. "I don't mind. I can use the help." So Billy came along to the bear's treehouse. Mama and Papa were pleased that Brother was being so kind to Billy. "It's just as the good book says," Mama said. "Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy." "Yes," agreed Papa. "And it also says in the Bible that a kind person benefits himself." "What does that mean?" wondered Brother. "It means that no act of kindness is wasted," said Papa. "Any kindness you do will always come back to you." Every afternoon that week, Billy helped Brother work on the plane. He didn't know very much, but he learned a lot, and he had lots of fun. Brother had fun too. He enjoyed teaching, and he liked having a helper who looked up to him. That next Saturday, the Meteor was ready for another flight. Brother and Billy took it down to the park. Everyone came along to watch. They wound up the Meteor's propeller, held it up, and let it fly. It lifted away and rose a long, even curve. "This looks like a good flight," said Brother. The Meteor flew on and on across the field. Slowly, it came down, landing clear on the other side of the park in a three-point landing. Billy and Brother ran over. It was in perfect shape. "Hooray!" yelled Billy, jumping up and down. That's like flying a kite without crashing
I know,
it.
right?
Brother began to wind up the propeller for another try, but he noticed a group of older cubs coming to the park. They carried a lot of interesting equipment and wore jackets that said Bear Country Rocket Club. Brother went over to watch. They were setting up a model rocket. They were going to fire it off and let it come down by parachute. Brother was excited. "Excuse me," he said to the cub in charge. "Do you think I can help you launch the rocket?" The cub shook his head. "Sorry," he said. "You're too young. It's too dangerous."
At the habitat restore, 53 Grape Street. EMS calling for seizures of male in his 40s. Now coming out of it.
Brother walked away sadly, but he noticed that Billy was staying behind. He was talking to the older cub in charge. The older cub called Brother back. "My cousin Billy tells me you let him help with your model plane," said the older cub. Brother just nodded. The older cub smiled. "That was cool. You seem to know a lot about flying and models. I guess you can help out." So the Rocket Club let Brother hold things for them, carry things for them, and squirt a little glue here and there. He learned a lot, and he was happy. When it was time to fire up the rocket, they even let Brother push the button. We all know pushing buttons is the fun part. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Said the cub in charge, and Brother pushed the button. And there was a loud whoosh. The rocket shut up, leaving a trail of smoke. High above the park, a yellow parachute popped open. and the rocket drifted back to Earth. They ran over to it. It was all twisted and scorched. Are you going to fix it? Asked Brother. Sure, laughed the oldest cub. Build 'em, fly 'em, crash 'em, fix 'em. That's our motto. Could I help you? Asked Brother. The older cub thought over it. Sure, he said, slapping Brother on the back. Why not? So, because Brother Bear had shown a little kindness to someone younger than himself, he became the youngest member ever of Bear Country Rocket Club, and he was ever proud. And that is the Berenstain Bear's Kindness Counts.
He became a mentor.
He did. He did. And it was nice because he didn't do something to get anything out of it. He did it to be kind, not to
Right.
get a reward in the end.
And he taught somebody a new skill. He taught somebody how to build something. So he's now better off. And then when he saw these people that are also involved in aviation, but they're using rockets rather than airplanes, he went to them, and now he learned a new skill because they mentored him. And that's kind of really how you learn. You know, sometimes you learn from your dad or your uncle, or your best friend may have a skill that you can learn things from. You know, Officer Potak's got a lot of skills that she teaches me every day. You know, and I have a couple skills that I have that, you know, I can share with her. And I think that that's what makes us such a good team, because we have a lot of give and take.
I agree with that.
And every day we learn something from each other, and we don't expect anything in return. We just come to work, and sometimes I learn a lot from her, sometimes she learns some things from me. And that's kind of school. You know, you go to school, and you know, your teachers teach you things, and you're better off knowing it and coming in the next day, so that when you get a little bit older and you have a younger brother or sister, you can share that information with them.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And always ask questions. Never feel that a question's stupid. I'll tell you, if I'm talking to somebody and they say something I don't understand, to this day I will say, what does that mean? I'm not afraid to ask, because unless I ask, I won't learn.
Right.
So by asking questions, you're learning. So never be afraid to ask. And the only bad question is the one not asked.
Exactly. Well, we're going to try to stay dry today here under our amphitheater. You stay well, stay safe, and
Wash your hands.
Especially after
Bye.
you're done flying your plane and your rockets. Wash your hands.